Hey y'all, welcome to this portion of the enclosed trailer build. We are finally in the shop. I've got the heater going. My heater's been down for a little over a week. Hopefully you've seen the repair video that I've done of going in and fixing that. It's going right now, so you may hear that in the background. I'm going to need it today, so it's nice and toasty. So we can finally get some work done now that we got the heat going. I had some free time the other night when I got home from work, coming off of close to 36 hours. I had a little bit of energy left over, so I came out. You see these rusty pieces down here in the bottom of the screen. Those are going to be the trailer tongue. I did not record it because it was late at night. It was already dark outside. It was cold. I wanted to get these things cut up really quick and get them in here. So today's portion of the video, I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to put it on jack stands if it works out like I hope it does, and that'll lift it up off the ground to where we can put the frame pieces or the A-frame onto it and clamp it down. We're going to take the A-frame pieces, we're going to go ahead and find our measurements from the old trailer, go ahead and make our cut because it bends in. It actually runs on top of the frame, and then once he gets to the end of the frame it actually bends in to create the A, because if not they would just run straight. I mean, it's pretty obvious. So we'll go ahead and cut those. Hopefully we can get this welded in today. And then I also have the front support, which is the smaller rusty piece. I think you can see it in the camera. That's going to go across the A-frame. That helps support the front of the cab because the front of the actual enclosed portion of the cab goes beyond the front of the main frame, so that's why they had that support there. I'm going to get that hopefully put on today also. Good old Crush Yourself 2000 jack stands from Harbor Freight. Yes, I do know they've been recalled. I got the trailer on the jack stands. I'm going to pull the measurement on the old trailer. I'm not bringing you outside because you've seen the old trailer. It's freezing rain outside right now. I'm not getting my camera wet. So I'm going to go pull that measurement real quick. We're going to mark the A-frame pieces and cut them so that we can bend them. Alright, so I'm going to slice into this all the way down to the bottom side, but I'm not going to cut through the bottom side, and then I'll go in and cut a pie wedge out of it, and that'll give me the bend that I need. Alright, so I cut through the top piece of the metal. Now I'm going to flip it over and start my angle cut. That's my angle. I got to cut that line now. Simple as that. Nice pie cut. Good to go. Alright, after I got the pie cut out of it, it was very simple to bend this. There was no heat. It's 3/8 thickness, so when you take the pie cut and cut it to slice out, then you're left with pretty much one side of 3/8 bending flat stop. I just put it on the ground, put my foot on it, pulled up on it, it bent just fine. I didn't bend it all the way closed because I'm going to put the other piece up here and line them up and get the bends just right where they line up center of the trailer. So I didn't want to bend it all the way down just yet. I wanted to leave a little bit of gap, so when I get it lined up, if I need to bend it more I can, but also if I need to bend it back, then I'm not overextending it and then have to extend it back and put an extra heat and stress on that side of the metal. But I got this side done. It's all mocked up. This is basically what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to take and repeat, do the same thing. I'm not going to bore you with that. It's going to be the same exact process. I'm going to grab the other one, put it on the other side. Once they're both up, like I said, I'll center it up with the center of the trailer. I'm going to pull true center to the front where the tongue would be. I'm going to line these up. I actually have the ball hitch over there that's got the A-frame set up on the coupling. I'll set it up here, make sure that fits. Once all that's done, then I'll come back and I'll tack my bends where they are. I'll pull it off. I'll weld the pie cut all the way around, and then I'll grind the side that sits against the mainframe surface flat, because obviously you can't have a raised weld there. So I'll grind that back down flat, but I'll keep the weld on the other side, on the other sides raised for the extra strength. Now that we have both pieces of the A-frame up here mocked up in place, clamped down how we want it, now we can take and push them together and see exactly about where we're going to be. Alright guys, real quick, so I had a mentor of mine tell me about this one time, and I do it. The principle makes sense. I don't know if it actually works. I hadn't really looked into it, but he told me about this, and basically you can see I got the original weld going across. That's what's covered in brown, because after that I ran these two beads going across on top of it. The idea is, if this is a high stress weld, if you've ever done a bend test, a weld test, when you watch the weld break, you can literally see the lines in the weld almost like wood grain. So if you have that one weld and it's high stressed and it starts to bend and break, then the grain running along here, once it starts splitting, it's going to split. Basically like when you have a crack. You go and drill the top of the crack and the bottom of the crack. That way you end it. You end the split so that it doesn't continue to split anymore. Same principle here, except for we're not drilling a hole. We're changing the grain of it, almost like wood grain. We're changing it to a different direction.